The nebula sector stretched endlessly, a dark ocean of stars and drifting planets. Captain Ryland sat in the bridge of the Horizon Vanguard, his eyes scanning the faint blips on the radar. A strange signal flickered in the distance. Irregular and weak, yet unmistakably alive. "Sir, this signal doesn't match any known ship in the sector," Lieutenant Mara said, her voice tight with curiosity. Ryland leaned forward, his fingers resting on the console, feeling a chill run down his spine. "Unknown vessel. Prepare a shuttle, we investigate. Humanity never leaves a mystery unanswered," he said calmly, though his heart beat faster than usual. The shuttle detached, cutting silently through the void, leaving the Horizon Vanguard behind as they approached. A massive shape emerged from the darkness, a starship unlike any they had seen before. Its hull was scarred, twisted, and burned in strange patterns, evidence of battles or catastrophes long past, yet the energy readings inside were faint but alive, pulsing slowly, irregular, as if the ship itself were breathing. Mara swallowed hard. "Captain, are we sure we want to board?" Ryland's eyes did not leave the massive silhouette. "We came this far. There is no turning back." The docking clamps engaged with a metallic groan, and the crew stepped cautiously onto the alien vessel. The corridors were dimly lit, and shadows stretched like fingers across the walls. Alien symbols carved into the metal pulsed faintly, glowing with a soft blue light. The air smelled of ozone and dust. Untouched for decades, yet something ancient lingered. Almost alive, each step echoed ominously, and the faint hum of hidden engines made the ship feel aware of their presence. The team moved toward the main chamber. Curiosity mixed with tension. Then they saw it. Suspended in the center of the room, 7 alien girls hanging from glowing restraints. Their bodies were still perfectly aligned as if frozen in time. Their faces serene but pale. Mara whispered, "Are they alive?" Ryland scanned the energy readings, faint pulses confirming life, small but persistent. A shiver ran down his spine as he realized these were not just passengers. They were something more, something precious. Suddenly the ship groaned, a deep vibration that traveled through the floors and walls. Shadows danced across the chamber, stretching unnaturally as if alive. A faint energy ripple brushed their minds, not words, but emotions, fear, and a silent plea for help. The air felt thick, charged with anticipation, each step forward heavier than the last. Ryland took a deep breath. "We will not fail. We will find answers," he said, determination in his voice. The alien girls hung silently, yet their presence spoke volumes, secrets waiting to be discovered. Every pulse of the ship suggested that it had been waiting for someone. For humans, for this moment. As the crew approached, small mechanisms inside the walls began to stir, faint clicks and hums echoing softly. The lights flickered and shadows twisted, forming shapes that vanished as quickly as they appeared. Mara's hand trembled slightly as she reached for one of the restraints. Sensing the weight of the unknown, Ryland's mind raced, imagining the stories this ship could tell, the history of battles, loss, and survival. He realized that this mission was not just exploration, it was discovery, a test of humanity's courage. The derelict ship was alive in its own way, responding to their presence, gauging their intent. Every heartbeat of the alien girls synced faintly with the vibrations of the ship, a rhythm of life preserved against time. Ryland knew that whatever happened next would change humanity's understanding of the galaxy forever. With a final glance at Mara, he stepped closer to the girls, reaching out, feeling the pulse of energy under his fingertips. The chamber seemed to inhale, the shadows shifting like living smoke. The first contact had begun, silent, tense, and full of unknown possibilities. The derelict ship was no longer abandoned. It was awake, aware, and waiting for humans to uncover its secrets. And in that moment, Captain Ryland understood. The story of the 7 alien girls, the ship, and humanity's role had only just begun. The air inside the derelict ship was heavier now, charged with an energy the crew could not name. Captain Ryland stepped cautiously into the chamber, his eyes scanning every shadow. Every flicker of light. Mara followed closely, her scanner trembling slightly in her hands as she tried to read the energy pulses. The 7 alien girls hung silently, their bodies swaying slightly in the low gravity. Restrained but alive, each of them had markings on their skin, delicate symbols glowing faintly, moving like living tattoos. It was unlike anything humanity had ever seen, beautiful and terrifying all at once. Ryland's voice echoed softly in the chamber. "We need to understand who they are and why they are here." The girl's eyes remained closed, yet he could feel a connection forming. Subtle but undeniable. A soft vibration passed through the floor, and the restraints glowed brighter for a brief moment. Mara's fingers danced across her scanner, trying to decode the patterns, but the signals were too complex. Alien and intelligent, they are responding to us. Captain, she said, eyes wide with awe, almost like the ship itself is alive. Suddenly, one of the restraints released with a soft snap, and a girl slowly floated down, landing gracefully on the deck. Her skin shimmered under the flickering lights, and her eyes opened, revealing a deep violet glow. She looked at Rylan and Mara, curiosity and fear mirrored in her expression. The other 6 remained suspended, watching silently as if waiting for permission. The ship hummed louder now as if approving the release. Vibrations echoing through the walls. Rylan stepped forward slowly. Hands raised in peace. We mean no harm, we only want to help, he said. The girl tilted her head, studying him, then reached out a delicate hand. A sudden surge of images flooded Rylan's mind. Memories not his own, of battles, crashes, and the last moments of the ship's crew. He staggered, overwhelmed, and Mara grabbed his arm to steady him. The girl's voice spoke without sound in thoughts and feelings, warning them of dangers far greater than a broken ship. As Rylan recovered, he realized the ship itself was a prison, designed to protect these girls from an enemy long gone. The alien girls were not ordinary captives, they were guardians, survivors of a war humanity had never known. Their presence here, suspended in silence, had been a measure of time and patience, and now, with humans aboard, the ship had deemed them worthy of awakening. Rylan felt a surge of pride mixed with fear. Humanity had been chosen for something monumental. The second girl released next, her restraints dissolving like mist, and she moved with purpose toward the first. One by one, the remaining girls followed, each floating down and forming a small circle in the center of the chamber. Their combined energy created a soft, radiant glow, illuminating the symbols etched across the walls. Mara gasped. They're forming a network, a connection. It's like a living map. Rylan nodded, understanding that the girls held knowledge, technology, and secrets humanity could not yet grasp. Suddenly the ship groaned, metal twisting with an unnatural force, and alarms flashed across the Horizon Vanguard's comms. Rylan realized the derelict was not just alive, it was aware, evaluating the humans as they stepped further into its heart. Shadows moved in the corners, machinery shifted as if testing their resolve. The girls' eyes glowed brighter, and for the first time they spoke aloud. Voices soft but clear. Humans. Chosen. Danger. Must awaken. Their words were alien, yet somehow understandable in meaning. Rylan's heart pounded, the gravity of the situation pressing down on him. This was no simple rescue mission, no discovery of a lost vessel. This was the beginning of a first contact unlike any other. The ship itself seemed to breathe around them, alive with technology and consciousness beyond human comprehension, and the 7 alien girls, suspended no more, were the key to unlocking secrets that could either elevate humanity or destroy it. As the chamber hummed louder and energy pulsed through every wall, Rylan knew one thing for certain. Nothing would ever be the same again. The derelict ship had chosen to reveal its heart, and humanity had taken the first step inside. What awaited next was unknown, but the stakes were higher than any starship battle or interstellar mission they had ever faced. And somewhere deep within the glowing network of alien energy, a warning pulsed, silent but deadly. The galaxy had secrets hidden for eons, and now humans were part of the story, whether they were ready or not. The chamber pulsed with energy, the 7 alien girls standing in a perfect circle, their eyes glowing like distant stars. Captain Rylan and Mara watched in awe, the hum of the ship resonating in their bones. The ship, it's alive, Mara whispered almost to herself. Rylan nodded, his gaze fixed on the walls covered with alien symbols and intricate designs. They are guiding us, but to what? He asked. A subtle vibration ran through the floor, almost like the heartbeat of the vessel, and then the walls began to shift, sliding open to reveal hidden corridors, passageways lined with faint, shimmering light. The girls moved forward, gliding effortlessly, and the humans followed. Cautious but compelled, each corridor seemed alive, responding to their presence, pulsing softly in rhythm with the alien girl's energy. Rylan noticed panels lighting up, displaying star maps, unknown constellations, and strange, undetected worlds. This is a library. A weapon, A warning, Mara said, her voice trembling. The girl's soft hum filled the chamber, resonating through the humans' minds. Images of distant battles, collapsing star systems, and massive fleets flashed in Raylan's consciousness. One girl reached out, touching a glowing panel, and a holographic map expanded above them. 7 points of light blinked, each corresponding to a distant system. Raylan understood instantly these girls were guardians, survivors of a war humanity had never known. Their mission had been to protect knowledge, technology, and perhaps lives across the galaxy, and this derelict ship had been their prison, sanctuary and vault all at once. Suddenly the hum shifted, turning into a low, menacing growl. Shadows moved in the corners of the room, mechanical yet alive. Raylan instinctively raised his blaster, scanning the darkness. A sudden shockwave rattled the chamber. Throwing him and Mara off balance, the girl's eyes flared violently, and the restraints that had once held them glowed again. The ship was testing them, assessing whether humans were friend or foe. Raylan steadied himself, voice firm. "We are here to help, not harm." One girl floated forward, her hand reaching toward him. In that instant, memories and warnings flooded his mind. Hidden traps, collapsing corridors, lethal defenses. He realized the derelict was far more dangerous than it appeared. Every step wrong could trigger destruction. But the girl's presence was a shield, guiding them safely through unseen hazards. As they advanced deeper, the humans discovered chambers filled with strange alien devices, floating orbs that pulsed with energy, walls etched with moving symbols. Raylan felt awe and a surge of pride. Humanity had never seen technology like this. Mara carefully scanned a device. "These are weapons, but they are dormant." One girl touched the orb, and instantly the device lit up, projecting tactical simulations of a massive interstellar battle. Humans watched, stunned, understanding for the first time the scale of the conflict the girls had survived. Then the ship shifted again, an unseen mechanism moving beneath their feet. Corridors that had been open moments ago were now closed, replaced by new passageways. Raylan realized they were being led somewhere. The girls' energy formed a path, a network guiding them toward a destination unknown. And with each step, the ship tested their courage, intelligence, and teamwork. Every challenge was subtle, almost invisible, yet deadly if they failed to understand the girls' guidance. Finally, they entered a vast chamber, its ceiling lost in shadow, walls lined with alien crystals emitting soft light. At the center floated a massive control orb, larger than any human ship's reactor. Humming with immense energy, the girls circled it, their voices now harmonizing, a sound that penetrated minds rather than ears. Raylan realized this orb was the heart of the ship, and the girls were its key. He felt a surge of determination. Humanity had been given a chance, a role to play in a story that spanned the stars. And as he looked around, he understood this derelict ship was not just a relic, it was a guardian, and humans were now part of its mission. The chamber pulsed brighter, shadows twisting in anticipation. Raylan clenched his fists, heart pounding, ready to face whatever the ship would throw at them next. The alien girls, once silent and suspended, were now allies, guides, and protectors. And somewhere deep within the glowing walls, secrets waited to be revealed. Secrets that could change the galaxy forever. If humanity survived the test, the chamber vibrated with energy. The massive control orb at its center pulsing brighter, Captain Raylan stepped closer, feeling the immense power radiating from it. Mara scanned the readings, eyes wide. "This is unlike anything we've ever seen, Captain," she whispered. The 7 alien girls circled the orb, their glowing eyes meeting each of the humans. A silent communication passed between them, and Raylan realized they were warning them, preparing them for what was coming. Suddenly, the walls shifted violently, closing some corridors, opening others. A low rumble echoed through the ship, and faint holographic projections appeared. Fleets of alien warships, enormous, armed with devastating energy weapons, filled the projections. Raylan's stomach twisted. This was not just a derelict ship, it was a fortress. A vault of galactic power. Mara stepped back. "They're showing us a threat. A war that destroyed entire star systems." Raylan's mind raced, understanding that the 7 girls had survived a galaxy-spanning conflict, and now humanity had been pulled into its echoes. A sudden surge of energy knocked them off balance, and alarms blared inside their own ship. Shadows stretched across the chamber, forming shapes of unknown machines, sleek, dangerous, and fast. The derelict ship was testing them, creating illusions of enemies. Obstacles and traps. Rylan gritted his teeth, steadying himself. Stay focused. They want to see if we can handle this. Mara nodded, scanning rapidly, following the alien girl's subtle movements as they guided the humans. Every pulse of light, every shift in the walls, was a lesson, a warning, and a challenge. The projections began to move, showing the warships advancing on unprotected colonies. The alien girls' voices filled their minds, urgent and clear in meaning. Decide, act, survive. Rylan felt the weight of the choice. Humanity had never faced such interstellar responsibility before. They had to understand the tactics, anticipate the enemy, and prove that humans could think like warriors, protectors, and survivors. The ship was not only alive, it was teaching, training, and judging. Mara's hand shook as she manipulated a console, trying to replicate the alien strategies. The first challenge appeared, a simulated ambush by fast-moving alien drones. Energy weapons firing in deadly arcs. Rylan took command, directing the humans to coordinate, move in precise formations, and shield the girls' energy. The drones dissolved before they could reach them, a sign of success, but the next threat appeared immediately. A massive holographic dreadnought emerged, its energy weapons charging, pulsing with destructive force. The ship's trial had only begun, and failure was not an option. The alien girls glided forward, touching the orb, sending pulses of energy that strengthened humanity's shields. Rylan realized they were not just guides, they were partners. Their power synchronized with the humans' decisions. Every correct move amplified the orb's glow. Every hesitation dimmed it. The chamber seemed to breathe around them, alive, responsive, and demanding perfection. Rylan shouted orders, his voice steady. Focused and commanding, Mara executed flawlessly, their teamwork blending human ingenuity with alien guidance. Then a loud vibration shook the chamber, and a hidden passage opened, revealing a massive star map. 7 points glowed brighter than the rest, pulsating in rhythm with the orb and the girl's energy. Rylan understood immediately. These were coordinates, places where danger still lurked, systems at risk. The ship was entrusting humanity with a choice: protect these points or risk galactic collapse. The alien girls hovered, eyes fixed on the humans, waiting for their decision. Rylan's chest swelled with pride and fear. Understanding the weight of humanity's role in this interstellar trial, the projections of warships and battles faded slowly, leaving the humans standing in the glowing chamber. The girls' energy dimmed slightly, but their eyes remained focused. Testing, observing, waiting. Rylan turned to Mara, determination in his voice. We take the responsibility. We will not fail them. Mara nodded, scanning the orb, feeling the energy pulse in sync with their resolve. The derelict ship had chosen humanity, not just for exploration, but as guardians, warriors, and protectors of the galaxy. And with the 7 alien girls now fully awake, humanity's journey had entered a new chapter, one of power, responsibility, and the unbreakable spirit of survival. The ship's trial was only half complete, and shadows shifted around them, whispering of challenges yet to come. Rylan clenched his fists, heart pounding, ready to face the next test, knowing that humanity's courage, intelligence, and unity would be pushed to the limit. And somewhere deep in the glowing heart of the derelict vessel, the true secret of the 7 alien girls waited, a secret that could either elevate humanity to the stars or destroy them before they ever left. The chamber glowed brighter than ever, the control orb at the heart of the ship radiating immense energy. Captain Rylan and Mara stood firm, feeling the pulse of the derelict ship beneath their feet. The 7 alien girls hovered around the orb, their eyes blazing with light, each one radiating a distinct energy signature. Rylan realized this was the culmination of everything. The trials, the warnings, the tests. The ship had chosen humanity not just as explorers, but as protectors, worthy of knowledge and power few species could handle. Suddenly the orb expanded, projecting a holographic galaxy, stars twinkling and systems connected by glowing lines. 7 points glowed brighter than all others, the same coordinates shown during the trial. Mara gasped. These are civilizations at risk. The girls were protecting them. Rylan nodded, feeling awe and responsibility settle in his chest. The alien girls floated forward, their hands hovering over the orb, merging their energy with it. The ship responded instantly, systems activating, shields rising across the projected points, weapons calibrating, defenses aligning. Rylan understood the truth. The derelict ship was a guardian vessel, a superweapon designed to protect the galaxy, The 7 alien girls were its pilots, its heart, and its conscience. For centuries they had been suspended, preserved until a species capable of understanding and wielding such power arrived. And now humanity had arrived, proving courage, intelligence, and unity. The ship pulsed, acknowledging their success, the trials complete, yet more challenges still awaited beyond the stars. Suddenly alarms blared inside the chamber, shadows twisting as a new threat appeared. Projections of enemy fleets, vast and armed, surged across the holographic galaxy. The alien girls' eyes flared, and their energy merged into a protective field around the humans. Ryland's heart raced, understanding that the galaxy was not empty, and the threats humanity had never known were very real. He looked at Mara, determination in his eyes. "We fight. We protect. We do not back down." Mara nodded, scanning the projections, preparing strategies alongside him. Humanity's ingenuity now paired with alien guidance. The girl spoke, not in words but in thought. "Activate. Defend. Survive." Ryland reached toward the orb, placing his hands on it alongside the alien girls. Energy surged through him, knowledge and tactical strategies flowing into his mind. He saw fleet movements, enemy weaknesses, the paths of starships, the timing of attacks. Humanity had been given a choice, power beyond imagination, and the responsibility to use it wisely. Ryland commanded the ship, directing its systems with confidence, coordinating with the alien girls. The derelict vessel responded instantly, shields forming around distant colonies, weapons calibrating for defense. Mara marveled at the synchronization, humanity's decisions flowing seamlessly with the girls' guidance. For the first time, the humans realized the meaning of HFY, humans underestimated, humans rising to challenge, humans protecting what others could not. The enemy projections faltered, showing hesitation, confusion, and eventual retreat. The derelict ship. The 7 alien girls and humanity had acted as one, unstoppable and precise. The chamber quieted, energy pulsing gently, shadows receding. Ryland stepped back, heart pounding, realizing the enormity of what they had accomplished. The alien girls floated closer, expressions calm, almost smiling in their own way. Mara whispered, "They trust us. They've accepted humanity." Ryland nodded, understanding that this moment marked a turning point. Not just for them, but for the entire galaxy. Humans had proven themselves worthy, capable of rising to the challenges no one else could face. As the ship powered down to a steady hum, the girls guided the humans toward the exit. The derelict ship no longer felt abandoned or ominous. It was alive, aware, and in harmony with its new guardians. Ryland took one last look at the 7 alien girls. Suspended no more, now allies, friends, and guides. He felt a surge of pride, knowing that humanity's role in the galaxy was just beginning. The derelict ship had been a test, a trial, and now a bridge to the stars. And as they left the chamber, stepping back onto their shuttle, Ryland realized the truth. Humans were no longer just explorers. They were guardians of the galaxy. The 7 alien girls watched from the ship, their energy calm and radiant. Ryland turned to Mara, a smile forming despite exhaustion. "We did it. Humanity just became something greater." The stars outside seemed brighter, alive with possibilities. The derelict ship drifted silently, its secrets now shared with humanity. And in the vast darkness of space, the first alliance of humans and alien guardians had been forged, ready to face the unknown. The story of courage, intelligence, and the unbreakable spirit of humanity had only just begun.